Dear students, welcome to the online class organized by Jananda Degree College. I hope you all are well by the grace of Almighty. Due to COVID-19, we all are in a critical situation at present. As a conscious portion of the population, you have some responsibilities to the society, especially when the country is in danger. I hope you all are following the rules of health and encouraging others to do so. You can render your service by making people conscious about COVID-19. However, it is my first class with you. Before starting my discussion, I would like to introduce myself. I am Taranikanto Rai, lecturer of English, Jananda Degree College. Today, I would like to discuss on the syllabus of your compulsory English honors second year. According to new syllabus, you have to prepare yourself on these items. If we notice your syllabus, we can divide it into three basic parts, and they are reading and understanding part, grammar part, and writing part. Now, let us see what are in those parts. The first one, reading and writing part. In this part, an answering passage will be said, and you have to read it out and understand the passage clearly. On your understanding the passage, 4 questions will be said, and the questions are: number 1, A, answering questions. 3 questions will be given, and you will have to answer all the 3 questions. Each question contains 2 marks. That means question number A carries total 6 marks. Question number B, writing main idea and supporting ideas. You have to find out the main idea of the passage, and you also have to find out the supporting ideas that will justify your main idea. And this question carry 4 marks. Next one, writing word meaning and sentence making. For answering the question, you should be careful, because most often we see that some of you make question with the changed word, but you have to make with the given word. 7 words will be given in this question, and you have to answer any 5. You have to write the meaning of the word in English and make a sentence with the given word, not with the meaning of the word. Clear? The next one is summary writing. On the basis of the reading of the passage, you have to write a summary of the passage. I hope you have already gathered a lot of experience on this question, because you had to write summaries in the previous classes. Nevertheless, we will discuss it elaborately in our next classes. Next part, let us see what are in the next part. The next part is grammar part, and this part contains 45 marks. What are there in the part? Number 1, correction of sentence. 7 incorrect sentences will be given, and you have to correct any 5. It contains 5 marks. Next one, framing WH questions. 7 statement will be given in this question, and you have to make or frame WH question any 5 out of the 7 statements. This question also contain 5 marks. Number 3, rearrangement of words. You have also rearranged in the previous classes, and there you rearranged the sentences of a paragraph, but here you have to rearrange words of a sentence. The words of a sentence will be given jumbled in jumbled form. You have to write down the words according to the position of the prepositions, so that the sentence makes sense, or it can be sensible. Here 5 sentences will be given, and you have to answer all the 5 questions. Number 4, synonyms and antonyms. In question number 4, there will be 2 options. You have to write synonyms or antonyms, or you have to add suffix or prefix to make new words. Anyone will can be given in your question paper, or both the two items may be given, and you have to answer any one. If there is synonym or antonyms, there will be 7 words, and you have to answer any 5 out of the 7. Or adding suffix or prefix is the same. Next one, article. I think all of you are acquainted with the term article. 5 gaps will be given in a passage, and you have to use articles in those blanks, which contains 5 marks. Number 6, right form of verbs. 7 sentences will be given with the verb in brackets, and you have to write down the right form of the verb according to the context of the sentence. This question also contains 5 marks. Next one is changing words. 7 words will be given in this question, and direction will be given in bracket after the word. You have to change the word according to the direction. That means the form of the parts of speech or word making, noun, adjective, verb or adverb. Huh. Okay. Number 8, use a punctuation mark. In this question, a passage will be given without any punctuation mark. You have to rewrite the passage in your answer script and use the appropriate punctuation mark where necessary. This question contains 5 marks. And number 9, translation from Bangla to English. A passage of Bangla will be given and you have to translate the passage into an English one. This question also contains 5 marks. The next part is writing part. This part will contains 35 marks. Now, let us see what are there in the writing part. Number 1, poster or advertisement or notice or slogan or memo writing. Usually, any 2 of the items may be said in your question paper and you have to answer any one. This question contains 4 marks. Number 2, paragraph writing or report writing or dialogue writing or amplification writing. Usually, paragraph is said every year. Another question as alternative can be said as a report, dialogue or amplification. If paragraph is said, there will be 3 paragraphs and you have to answer any one out of 3. This question contains 8 marks. Number 3, formal or informal letter. You have to write a letter. Usually 2 kinds of letters are said and you have to answer any one of them. Formal letter is divided into 2 kinds. Here is another kind, that is job application or writing CV. Writing CV also said. Number 4, essay writing. 3 essays will be given and you have to answer any one out of the 3 and this question contains 15 marks. It is your syllabus according to according to new syllabus. These are in your syllabus. However, I think you have got a clear idea about your English syllabus and it is very important for every student to know and understand the syllabus because you have to prepare yourself according to the syllabus. Dear students, we will discuss the items in our next classes. So, no more today. Thank you all. I wish you sound health.